Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another Obby Creator video. My name is Roro Studios, and today I'm going to be playing Obby Creator for 12 straight hours. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I finally have time to do it. I don't usually get up super early to record videos, but you can see it's currently 6:51 a.m. and so I'll be done around 7 p.m. It'll probably be a little bit after that because I will be taking a few short breaks throughout this, like to go get lunch or whatever. So I'll probably be done more at like 7:30 or so, but we'll have to see, I guess. So let me switch OBS scenes. Here we are. You can see I have the timer in the top left. Let's click play here and start the timer. 12 hours has begun. So let's go over to right here and load in Ring 2. This video is why I was asking you guys for tower suggestions. If you still have any suggestions, you can still put those in the comments if you want. And the ones that I won't be doing in this video, I might still do in other videos. So I might still do those suggestions. Okay, so I've decided what the first one I'm going to be building is. So this person says, "Hi, I have an idea. Tower of Crossing Chaos, where every floor has a tower crossing." So I think that's the one I'm going to be building first. And most of these will be in Ring 2, if not all of these that I'm building today. I'm also not sure how many towers I'll actually end up building, but I guess we'll wait and see for that. So where should I put Tower of Crossing Chaos? Are there even 8 towers in here yet? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's not. I guess I can cross to the same tower multiple times. Okay, actually I guess we'll come back to this idea. So the first one we're going to be doing is a tower with ice parts. Well, only built with ice parts is what I mean. Yes, the timer went down like 4 minutes there because I was trying to, I picked another idea, but then I realized I wasn't able to do it yet. So I'll put the ice tower on this platform here. And I won't be going as in depth about what I'm doing on these towers because otherwise this video is going to be extremely long. But I kind of will for right now. So not sure what I want the color scheme here to be. Okay, so I also did a little bit more than what I just said. I also built the top here. So I'm going to take a bit of inspiration on this tower from Steeple of Twisted Crystals, which is in the Arcane area in JTOH. I played it in this video. Also, this tower is going to be called Tower of Crystal Caverns, named after the Flood Escape 2 map. That's also the music that's going to be playing, at least on some of the floors. Maybe I'll do 2 songs. It says, "Hello, explorer. Today you will descend into the Crystal Caverns. We have a mission for you. In the depths of this cavern, we have collected evidence that there is a very rare dream crystal. Please collect it and bring it back to our lab." And yes, dream like the Minecraft YouTuber, just because, yes. Yeah, so it's also going to be a descending tower, just like Steeple of Twisted Crystals, and it starts like up here with this gap in the ceiling that you jump down. So it starts off like exactly the same. Now to make parts slippery, it's in this data thing. I think you can make it 100 slippery. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make the frame icy though, and probably not all the platforms are going to be icy either, but most of them. I know the comment did say only ice parts, but I think it's fine. But the good news is it's super easy to change whether it's an ice part or not, because it's just one property of the part. And also, what difficulty should I make this? I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Tower of according to YouTube analytics. Only a small percentage of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel, so please consider subscribing because it really helps with the channel a lot, and it's completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. But the current difficulty of this, which is kind of just a placeholder difficulty, is high difficult. Like, I might change this to maybe low challenging, but I guess we'll see. But that's like around the difficulty I'm going to make it. Oh yeah, also I can make things like 1.5 studs. If it doesn't have the stud texture. I mean, I can if it does, but it like cuts the stud thing in half and it looks kind of weird. I don't know, I just thought of that. What happens if you add slipperiness to a truss? I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, does it behave any different when you're, it acts like a normal ice part while you're on top of it, but what about while you're in climbing animation? No, it doesn't really seem like it. Unless you're doing this, I don't know if that's any different, but if it is, then it's probably because of the slippery. But I think I'm going to make this truss walk be regular platforms. Okay, finish up this first floor here. Once you get to here, you'll press a button, and then you have to go back and then jump down here to get to the second floor. When I built the New York steeple for the Christmas event, and I made that fog effect at the bottom of the first floor, it ended up working very well. So I'm going to try to do an effect similar to that. Well, not really similar, but literally the same effect. It's not going to teleport you though, but what I did was I spaced out a bunch of parts evenly in the floor. There we go. That took way longer than that should have, but it's fine. So now we add a smoke effect here. Let's make it like this color. Yeah, I think that's good. And now I realize I should have put in the smoke effect on the first part and then duplicated that, because now I'm gonna have to do this. Unless I want to replace every part again, which I don't want to do. But it's fine. I just need to click add and then click the color and then OK so that it updates. Because it might look like it's the right color, but it's not. You can see if I do this, then it's actually not the right color. Okay, great. You can see it looks like this. Now, it emits more upwards, so like you won't really be able to see it down here. You will a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal. And it does go outside the tower. I think what I can do about that is delete the ones on the sides here. But then it's like noticeable here, how there's nothing emitting particles there. So really, I don't think it's that big of an issue anyway. So I think it's okay. So let's just do that. And I want to make all of these invisible, so let's just select all of these. Then make them transparency 1, cast shadow false, can collect false. I'm pretty sure if it's transparency 1, it doesn't emit a shadow, but I just make it cast shadow false out of habit anyway. I don't need to use the fog effect at all for this, or fog and it makes kind of a fog effect. If I wanted to make it even less noticeable, I would make this not be a kill brick, but I think I want it to be a kill brick. Also, I know I said it wasn't going to teleport you, but I've changed my mind. It will teleport you. And I can save a part limit by making this lava part be the teleporter. It'll look like it's a kill brick, but it's not. Let's set the location and test this. So when you jump down, you just get sent here. So now let's build the parkour that's on this floor. And so here's this floor. You're gonna press a button, and so you're gonna have however long I decide to get to this button. And once you press that, it'll activate this, and then it'll also deactivate the platform here. But actually, so that it's just one button, I'll make this button deactivate this, so that you can walk on here. It'll also deactivate the wall here. Now, it's not gonna be an outside section, since it doesn't really make any sense that you're going down into a cave, but then you go outside. So it's going to be one of those, like, extension sort of things, where, like, it's an outside section, but it's also inside. Now, before I do that, I'm going to go get some breakfast, since I have not eaten yet today. So I'm going to pause the timer, since I'm not actually playing, and I'm just going to be AFK in the game here. If I happen to disconnect or something, and then I end up leaving the game without meaning to, that doesn't restart the timer, because, like, you know, I'm just going to join back. Okay, I'm back. Let's resume the timer. There we go. And let's keep building. If you're wondering what I ate, it was cereal. I'm going to take inspiration here from another tower in JTOH. This one is the Tower of Really Nasty Ideas, which I completed in 2 videos this week because I split the video into 2 parts. Which I'm recording this on Tuesday. I just realized this wasn't the right color. There. And I released my videos at 9 a.m. Central Time. So the video, it's like 7:57 a.m. right now. So the video will be up in about an hour. Okay, apparently I just forgot to color this floor altogether or something. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I want it to be like, I want this to be in between these two colors, so let's make it like that color. I think I wanted to make it, was it supposed to be this color? I'm so confused right now. We're making it this color. Okay, I fixed it. Now what I was saying, I need to know when the video goes out, because for some reason my comments on YouTube keep getting disabled for no reason. It's not that it's getting marked as made for kids. Like, it's just the comments that are turning off randomly. If anyone knows what's going on, then please let me know. And so I can predict when it's going to happen, but there's nothing I can do about it. When I look at it when I look at the video after uploading it, and it says comments are disabled, and I didn't mean for it to do that, then it means even if I do change it back to comments on then it's just gonna turn them off. I think it turns off again once the video actually is set to public, which is whenever I schedule it to do that. Anyway, I'm taking inspiration from Tower of Really Nasty Ideas, and also technically Citadel of Laptop Splitting. So on floor 8, Tower of Really Nasty Ideas, there's a section where you go along conveyors on the outside of the tower. One of them you jump over like gaps, otherwise you fall down. And the second one is a bunch of kill bricks. I'm going to do the kill brick one here instead of the one with gaps. There's a conveyor thing very similar to that on Citadel of Laptop Splitting. So as you can see, I'm going to make these go faster, but this is kind of what's going to happen. I know it's going to drop you down there, but it's going to drop you to right here where you'll go back inside and complete this next floor. So when you go down the conveyor, it'll be like this. Just imagine the kill bricks here, and then you'll fall down here. I decided to make it so that you go 2 floors down, and then you'll reascend these 2, and then jump down to this floor, or maybe down to this floor. I'm not sure yet. But let's actually make this conveyor actually have a challenge. Yeah, perfect. I like that. Now, I didn't take very much damage, as you saw, but I think that's okay. However, I did get teleported, and the reason for that is because my arm clipped through this wall, and so I hit the teleporter. But if we put a 1 stud gap here, then that'll fix that. It's basically impossible not to not hit the teleporter by jumping onto this platform. So, like, it still acts basically the same when you jump off of here. But we just put another part here and make it look exactly the same. There's a slight seam you can notice, but you really can't. 1, because of the fog, and 2, no one's even really looking at that. There's not much I can even do about that, though. You can see it kind of acts the same. Other than, even if I walk straight into the wall here, I won't get teleported still. I've been doing this for about an hour and 15 minutes. Probably pick up the pace here if I want to get more towers done. Because even though 12 hours is 12 hours, typically when I build a tower, it takes like 2 to 3 hours to build. So that's why if I want to get like more than 4 or 5 towers done, I need to pick up the pace here. Now, I think this bottom of this floor is not going to be a kill brick or anything. Actually, yeah, it'll be a kill brick. It's not going to teleport you, though. I have a little bit over 10 hours left. I just finished these 2 floors here. Normally at the end of videos, I show the whole tower that I built at the end of it, but I think for this video, since it's a lot different than just one tower, I'm gonna build a tower, and then when I'm done building that, I'll show you it, and then we'll move on to the next one. Let's make the bottom of this floor be actually a little bit into the next floor, because why not? Okay, I think I've decided what I want to do on this floor. Let's just reset this position. So I just noticed something. You can push this push box, and then you can jump on top of it and right across here without touching the floor. So I'm going to make sure to put a sign or make something to make it obvious that you can't touch the floor. And so I'm going to use this mechanic that that you're able to do this to make this floor interesting. You might notice the timer started to appear to stop, like counting down. OBS was glitching and doing that. The timer was still actually counting down, just OBS wasn't capturing it for some reason. But when I tabbed in and out of Roblox, it refreshed it and was counting down for a second. And it pretty much did that for the rest of the challenge. But yes, the timer is indeed still counting down. It just doesn't appear to be at some points. And a few times I did actually forget to unpause the timer when I paused it for a break or something. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I just figured I'd mention that now. So after you finish this section, you'll go down this slide thing. Now I made all of these be trip parts so that even if you jump up, you'll still go back into this position and then you can slide the rest of the way down. Even though you could just walk, but yeah. So you're gonna complete this floor and then you're gonna jump down. You're gonna jump down to the bottom of this floor and then we'll use advanced tools parts to make it all dark and spooky. Then you'll collect the dream crystal and you'll go outside the tower and it'll do an elevator thing that takes you all the way up to right by the start, so right here. Okay, I was indicating it being over here, I think, with my mouse cursor, but I think it would be better on this. I think it would be better on this side. But you'll go back up to the laboratory thing, and you'll give, in quotations, the crystal to the people at the lab, and then, was it laboratory? Yeah, that is what I said. And then the wind pad will be in there. So you'll basically be able to see the wind pad from the start of the tower, but then have to go through all of this to actually get to it. If that makes sense. Actually, maybe I'll make it so it's a button that when you actually collect it, it opens up the door that you can get to the wind pad through. So you can go in the laboratory even while you're at the top. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I found another cool mechanic I can use. You might have just seen it in the time lapse. But if I use a trip part to like, and my character falls on his back, you're gonna have to be going fast enough. There, like this. You can actually fit underneath here. And so I'm gonna make it so you have to do that. And so this is a conveyor so that you don't get stuck underneath there. So I think the best way to do this is to put a conveyor like this. Let's make it go through like 3 studs here. And then we rotate the platform. And then we have one that goes over here. And then this one will send you back out from underneath here. I mean, you can jump, like, and you would get out. This is what I want to happen. You land on the conveyor. I guess it should probably go out a little bit more from underneath here. Then the conveyor will slowly take you to press a button, because I think I want to make this be a collect 3 buttons thing. So I did kind of go off of the conveyor, but if I just duplicate this and then make it invisible, then that should fix that problem. Let's also make it just be the default colors, because yes. That worked perfectly. The only problem is it's kind of hard to activate the trip part correctly, but I think I know how I can fix that. But first, let's put in the button. So I think to fix it, we just move the push part forward. What I kind of did was I had to do that, because like you kind of need to jump to get enough speed going, so that you hit the part fast enough to kind of flip over. Or I could just move this, but it's kind of annoying to do that. Since I have to move like 50 other parts. But I think if I just move it along this axis, because of the way I place the parts on the floor, it should actually be quite easy. There. That solves that problem. So you need to jump to get like a running start correctly. The conveyors go pretty slow because they're ice. So if I make these, let's just make it go 100. Let's just see how fast that is. Yeah, it really didn't change much. It's also because you're sitting down, I guess. And that kind of just looks a little bit weird when it's like that. So 20 it is. That should do that. Now let me add some sort of indication here so it's easier to figure out what you're supposed to do. Okay, there we go. That's done. This actually works surprisingly well. To collect this button, stand on the neon red, jump, and walk forwards. Then hit the inlet part and go into sitting position. Keep holding forwards until you are in this position. If you do this correctly, then you will fall over and go through the neon blue part. From there, just wait. You'll be pushed by conveyors to the button. So basically, jump and then press forward, and then that should happen. Does aligning really help? Yeah, it actually does. Okay. So I just put this here. You may want to use the greater than less than keys to point yourself in the direction of the arrows. So what you'll do is stand on here, align yourself, and then jump jump forwards. You don't need to press shift lock, I didn't mean to do that. And then eventually you'll hit the button. I know it's a timed button right now, but it's not supposed to be. It would seem I don't really have much room to build anything in here, but we can solve that with a floor extension. I think I'll do it in this direction. So let's copy and paste this wall and move it back. I'll probably move that in a second, just because I want this to be normal when you're up on this part. That's a little bit too far. This should be fine. Then let's extend this and put a roof, and then add these side walls. And then I don't have to do this because this is here, but I think it'll look a little bit nicer if I do that. Now I have a little bit more space to work with here. I think I'll make this be transparent as well. And to make it look even better, I can do something like this. And so it kind of looks more supported. I've changed my mind a little bit. So instead of this button deactivating this platform, I guess I'll just move this instead of putting a new one. It's gonna instead let you to the extension part of the floor. So when you press the button, that will disappear, if you notice that. Do I want to do 1 button or 2 buttons? It would probably be easier just to do 1, since I have the whole room in here to do that. I think something like this would be cool. Also, you hit your head there, so let me turn this into a 4-stud wraparound. There. Although, it seems a little bit tricky. Let me test this a little bit. Okay, I actually like a 3.5 stud wraparound better, but then this one should be 3.5 as well. You can also high jump on top of here. So let's raise all of these up by 1 stud. And it's going to be more difficult, so let's instead make this a 2.5 stud, because this is closer to the ceiling now. Actually, yeah, 1.5 is definitely the way to go. And how about we make this go all the way up to the ceiling? So you have to jump around this. Even though you don't have to jump, you can just walk. So that makes it so you have to do a few wraparounds. Then we'll do a tightrope to right here, where the button will be. When you jump down after you press the button, you'll fall down here. And then these 4 advanced tools parts and later on a music part will activate. So the lighting effect changes to contrast It's a little bit slow because there's so many, it's activating at once. Okay, actually, it's not slow. I just had it set wrong. It was kind of slow if you did more than 3 at a time. But like before, but now it's not. You probably have to do a lot more than that to make it take forever to activate everything. Anyway, it changes the lighting effect to contrast, the fog color to black, the fog end to 50, and the daytime to 0. Now, I think if you fall, it will teleport you back to the start of a floor previous to this. I just don't know which one yet. We're going to decide that in just a second. Let me just set the color of this. Let's make it send you back to the start of this floor with the push box along the ice thing. You'd have to do this again, and then the buttons here wouldn't reset, so it's really only like 1 floor of progress loss. Alright, I also put this here. This is the deepest part of the crystal caverns. The dream crystal is just 1 floor away. Be careful though, falling here will send you back 2 floors. Or 2 floors back. What this is a conveyor. It's so that if you fall above this, you still get pushed onto the teleporter kill bricks. That didn't really push me very fast. That's because this should be 0 and not 100. There, that works. Now let's start this off with a tightrope. Then let's do a ladder walk thing, but the ladder is going to be like slanted. I've done this a few times in the past where you do something like this and then it's kind of diagonal. Well, how about we put a 14 stud wraparound, but it's actually can't collide false, and so we see if we can fool anybody. And let's put a part in here that you won't really be able to see unless you put your view inside. I guess I could put it down here. Yeah, let's do that so it's even harder to find. Now, what text is going to be on this, you may ask? Well, it's going to be that, according to YouTube Analytics thing. I don't even have to copy and paste it. Since I selected that, now it's going to like default the text to that here. I thought anyway. I think I need to delete the text for this to work. There, now let's add the text here, and then there, that'll add the text. I just need to put it on the right side. Perfect. And then change those, and there we go. So if you happen to look here, you'll see a secret. The old name, the temporary name of this tower of, according to YouTube Analytics, only a small percentage of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel, so please consider subscribing because it really helps with the channel a lot and it's completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. How about we do fading parts now? You're going to do a wraparound here, but it's super easy when you come back to here, when you come back to this part. So if we do something like this, and then we can also add a wedge to make it look a little bit better. And then you'll jump on top of here. I could make it so that, like, you think that the rest of this is can't collide false, so you don't know where to jump. But I'm not that evil. The reason I just deleted it is because I want to replace it with a kill brick. To hopefully make it more clear that you are indeed supposed to jump there. That's good, but these fade too fast. I mean too slow. So we can change the fade time to, like, let's make it 0.35. There. Oh, I forgot to texture this one. There we go. And I noticed I can skip one, so it's kind of useless to put this one here. Let's delete it. So you'll do a few more kill brick jumps. You kind of have to go sideways right there. And the dream crystal is going to be right here. And I fell off. Now, I would like to make it with corner wedges, and then it kind of spins around. Like, I kind of want it to look like the crystals in Tower of Unearthed Discovery in JTOH. When you make a part, and then you want to change the size of it, you can only change it to a part or a cylinder. So I can't make a spinning part be a wedge shape, but I think that's okay. I think to make this crystal, it should be pretty easy. You just do that, and then that's the bottom, and then we duplicate it, and then flip it over. Perfect. Now I want to change a few sides of this to make it look better. There, and I also put a stretched out dream face right here. Now I think when you collect it, it'll open up a door right here. The door will be the same color as the rest of the floor, or the rest of this wall, so you won't really be able to notice it until it's actually time to go through that. So this is the front of the tower. You're gonna go out here and go along this path. I don't know if I'll put a safety net here. Probably not, one, because like it's super easy and this is challenging. And let me reset to remove all the effects here. Okay, I think we should go out a little bit further. That's good. So now we're gonna put like a thing, very, very descriptive, with a moving part that'll kind of take you up here. So it'll be like an elevator. We'll put in the moving part in a minute. But now we're back up at the top of the tower. Now we need to make a path that will allow you to get back over here. I did not mean that to be at the exact level as the top of here, but that's pretty convenient that I did. There we go. Now it's easy to get back over here. Now, so that you can't just jump down by walking across here from the start. I did not mean to walk off. We can just put a giant anti-cheese thing here. So let's just do that. So, and then when you collect the dream crystal, it'll delete this, or like make it so you can walk through that. Also, I feel like a kill brick on top of here would look good. So now I need to build the laboratory thing, which can be right here. It doesn't need to be too complicated of a build here, but let me do that quickly. Alright, here's what I have so far of this lab. You're going to take it in here. You will be able to get in here before you have the crystal. There's going to be a thing right here that says stand on here to place down the crystal, or it might say something like that. But until you press the button, like that's going to be the win pad, but until you press the button, the teleporter that actually teleports you to the win room is not going to be there. So basically you have to go collect the crystal before you can actually use the win pad. So I'm going to go take a break now. It's 11 a.m. so I was planning to do like a lunch break in like 2 hours from now, but I guess brunch break anyway. To be clear, these breaks will be like 5 minutes. This one might be more like 15 to 20 minutes. And yes, the timer will be paused. So when I come back, I'll have finished up the tower, put in like extra detail and made everything work right. So yeah, I think we're done with this tower. I still need to add in the music. I forgot to do that. I'll do that. I'll just do a cut, and then I'll just do that quickly before we start the next one. So it's right here. It's in the intermediate towers. To get to it, you want to enter ring 2, which has this Obby ID here. And then you go this way through the beginner towers and then into this cave. Here we have Tower of Industrial Uprise and Tower of Crystal Caverns. That's what I've decided to name this. It says it's catastrophic difficulty because I'm not sure what to make the difficulty, but we'll decide that after I play this, and also after I make this actually teleport you. Hello, Explorer. Today you will descend into the Crystal Caverns. We have a mission for you. In the depths of this cavern, we have collected evidence that there's a very rare dream crystal. Please collect it and bring it back to our lab. So the Superception Laboratories is right here. I named it after the Tower of Superception. And so we have this table with some stuff on it. This message is exactly 43 characters long. I heard there's a fake wraparound in the deepest part of this crystal cavern. And there's a sign with a secret message up in the bottom of it. And then, according to some random website that definitely exists, statistically, there's a 1 in 7.5 trillion chance that one acquires a dream crystal. And then, Crystal Testing Lab. Once you have collected the dream crystal, you can give it to us by standing on the green pad. Once you've done that, you will have completed the tower. As you can see, nothing will happen since I haven't collected it yet. And you can't go that way because this is blocking you. And if you fall off, you get teleported. So you can jump down here to start. So you want to jump across these, and I think I already see a shortcut. Is it possible to get to here? No, never mind. So you want to do this ladder flick. Well, you can ladder flick. I don't know why it didn't let me. You can ladder flick, or you can do that. Just beware of the kill bricks. And once you complete the section, you'll hit this button. Well, apparently I didn't hit it. Oh wait, yeah, I did. Okay, well you're supposed to hit 2 buttons. There. The other one activates that. Let me try to fix that. And so once you get to here, you'll walk across here and jump down to the next floor. You want to press this button and you have 20 seconds to go get the green button. That's an unmarked conveyor, by the way. So you need a conveyor launch like that. And then you can get to here and there. The blue button deactivates the part that's like right here, I think. Okay, it's right here. All right, let's press this button again to restart the timer. The green button deactivates the platform that's right there, as well as the like part here. And now for the Tower of Really Nasty Ideas moment, and then you jump down. So now in this section, you want to go up here and do this wraparound, and then jump across the jump pad. Now you have these ladder flicks. You can do that. And now you want to ride up this moving platform. You need to jump here and then jump towards the fading platform, and then you can hit it. Then this box will drop down from on top of it, and it might knock you off, but it's supposed to come down to the floor here. Then you need to push it. It's right here, so you can press that button. Now these purple platforms are activated. So you do this section again, and then go on top of this. Now you need to complete this, and then you can press this button. Once you do that, oh yeah, deactivated this. Okay. And so then you jump down. I need to put a sign here. There we go. The red ice in this floor will teleport you back to this platform. To cross the gaps, you can push the push boxes across the ice and jump on top of them. So you can walk across this, and then this red button just resets this thing's position. So you want to push it and then jump to it like that, and if it slides away, it's fine. This button also resets it, and I meant to make this a cylinder. So it does the same thing as the other one, but now you want to ride across here and jump to this. Once you're here, you can jump to that ladder. Then you need to wrap around here, just like that, and then you can jump to here. These are can collide false. And so then you need to go on the left side here, press a button, and then go back. If you need to jump to kind of get momentum quickly, you can do that. And so you have 7 seconds to go back along the other side here and get through that platform. Then these are trip parts, so you kind of slide down like that. To click this button, stand on the neon red, jump, and walk forward. Then hit the inlet part and go into sitting position. Keep holding forwards until you are in this position. If you do this correctly, you will fall over and go through the neon blue part. From there, just wait. You'll be pushed by conveyors to the button. You may want to use greater than and less than keys to point yourself in the direction of the arrow. That should be one arrow. Alright, so what you do is that and there. And then the conveyors will push you to this yellow button. Once you press it, that'll open up this door here. You can go into here, and you have 2 wraparounds. Well, kind of 3. And actually, I'm going to move this. That makes that a little bit easier. And then you can press that button, which will let you in here. And you can jump down, and there's all the effects. This is the deepest part of the crystal caverns. The dream crystal is just 1 floor away. Be careful, though. Falling here will send you 2 floors back. Now, go across the tightrope and jump up here. And then do this this ladder walk thing. Actually, that's way harder than the difficulty I'm going for. I only now thought of that. There, I nerfed that a little bit. You'll do that ladder walk, and then these ice platforms make it a little bit easier. Then you just go across here. The kill bricks are can't collide false. And this was that fake wraparound that the thing was talking about. So if you look under here, it's a Tower of according to YouTube analytics thing that I don't feel like saying again. And then these are fading platforms. That also kind of fits this like dream crystal thing well, because Dream, I think, is the person who started the according to YouTube analytics thing. He doesn't start off with according to YouTube analytics, but he's the one, I believe, who started that thing where you say that only so and so % amount of people are subscribed or whatever. So that kind of fits perfectly for this. Anyway, once you do this, you can collect that. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. Anyway, then you can go outside and walk across here. There's no safety net on this part, but then this says, now that you've collected the crystal, take the elevator back up to the lab. Do not stand in the room until the platform arrives, because it could glitch you into the void if you do. There, fix that typo. And here's the elevator. Oh, there's also that exclamation point underneath here. And I need to make it so it resets the effects. So let me do that quickly. There we go. That should reset that. So now you can walk across this path and go back into the lab. And since you've collected the crystal, the wind pad will actually work. And that is the end of that tower, but not the end of this video. That tower took like 5 hours to build. Normally they don't take me that long, but okay. I'll try to pick up the pace for these other ones. But the next one we're going to be building is a tower where each floor will have a puzzle. For example, a maze, push box, etc. I realized that this comment came from the same person as the other one. Whenever I do things where I'm using suggestions from the comments, I try not to do that just so that everybody has a chance to be in it, but it's okay. And like I said, I will likely do some of these ideas in other future videos as well. I also just realized I only have 193 parts left. That's a slight issue, and I also need to make this the right color and choose the difficulty. I think we're gonna make this like baseline challenging. So like right there. I actually have a lot more parts than this. This sounds kind of unrelated, but you can still vote on that poll for what tower I should revamp in an upcoming video. It's not this one. From Ring 1. I'll link that in the pinned comment. That video will be out next Saturday. And so the tower that wins that, I'm gonna revamp it, but the original one is gonna be moved to another obby slot. That obby slot is going to be called SMTOH, Sharks Many Towers of Heck Tower Graveyard. So I'm gonna move towers that I had to remove for whatever reason. So I'm gonna move Tower of Pre-Made Parade there, because it takes up a ton of parts, and this tower is, like, really bad. So, yeah. So I'm not gonna do that right now, because I don't feel like it, but once I run out of parts, then I'll do that. Because I'm pretty sure this is, like, 500 or 600 parts. I'm not, actually, I don't know. But it is a lot. Anyway, let's do a magic jump cut. The tower frame is built. So this one's on, like, a wooden platform, like Tower of Pre-Made Parade. You can't really see it in the fog. Well, you kind of can. It's over there. I chose this one. It's kind of a vague theme for this tower. I guess vague would be the correct word for that. So, because, like, all these towers so far have had, like, some consistent theme through them, and they've been very unique, but I want to do at least, like, one that's just kind of a tower and nothing else, I guess. That was the worst way I could have described that. That's kind of like the first towers that I built in Ring 1, like Tower of Absolute Simplicity, which was the first one. That one doesn't really have a theme to it. It's just some obstacles. And that's how it is with, like, the towers in the first few rings in JTOH. So I'm building a tower like that, I guess. I have no idea why I put this part here, but okay. I think what I'll do is each floor will have one of those things, like a maze or a push box, etc. But it won't be the entire floor. It'll just be one thing like that per floor. But other than that, unless you saw this video, then you wouldn't really know that's kind of the theme I was going for this tower, if that made sense at all. I think I know what I'm going to do on this first floor. I'm going to put a bunch of parts that look like a button, but only one of them is actually a button. And so you have to find which one that is. There we go. I also put a sign here saying one of these is a button and one is a kill brick dealing 70 damage. The other are normal parts. Yeah, I also decided to make one be a kill brick. So this one is the button that doesn't activate anything at the moment. And this one is the kill brick. All of these other ones don't do anything. Now I think I'm going to put a truss here. I put that other part, but I'll make this be a neon thing inside the truss. There you go. So you'll climb up there. Also, I'm aiming for this tower. I don't know what difficulty I'm really aiming for this tower to be. I think it might be Tower of Tower. At the moment, that's like low hard. Somewhere in this area is kind of where I'm aiming the difficulty to be. So I'm basically done with this floor 2 push box. It kind of goes into floor 3, but if you might have noticed during the time lapse that the box kept like glitching off the platform, which is pretty weird. So then I tried putting the things around it, like the walls to this, then it still glitched out. I don't know why. But I found that if you step on top of it and keep moving, then it keeps updating it, I guess, so it doesn't fall out. And then I also changed the positions of these relative to the other blocks slightly so that you have room to push it out and kind of get behind it to help do that. Now, once you get the box up here, you push it up this ramp. You're going to press this button, which is going to deactivate some of the push box destroyers here. And that will allow you to take the push box outside. You'll press a button, do a quick outside section, come back inside, and then you'll do a maze. So that's what floor 3's puzzle is going to be. So let's build that. Alright, so the maze ends when you go up this wedge. Then we're on to the next floor. I think the puzzle I want to do here is the whole floor is a timed button. It might contain an outside section. Right here is where the button is going to be. It will be a timed button. I'm pretty sure I said that. I did just set it to infinite. I didn't mean to, though. We'll worry about the time after I build the section so that I can have a better idea of how long it actually is. Oh, we also passed the halfway point. That's pretty epic. During, I think it was 2 time lapses ago, I paused the timer for a minute to check to make sure I had enough storage space for recording all of this, but then I forgot to unpause it. No, did I forget to unpause it again? Yes, I did, apparently. Whoops. Well, glad I noticed that now. Anyway, I lost a little bit of time there and here as well, but it's okay. We've reached max part limit, so we're gonna take a bit of a break from doing this then. We're gonna make a new obby slot for moving these things over. So let's get the obby slot here and rename it. There we go, and let's load it. Wait, no, I don't want to load it yet. No, too late. Okay, let's load back to the obby slot I actually meant to load. If you didn't see the obby ID for this, it's this right here. Okay, here, I have the whole thing selected. I don't know if it'll let me save the whole thing as a pre-made, but there's only one way to find out. Must be less than 200 parts. Well, it's fine, because I can just select part of it. Okay, that's still more than 200 parts. Let's do these 3 floors. There we go. I got the last 2 floors. Now, I don't have that more pre-mades thing. I can delete this one. I use that to get this in here from a different obby slot. There we go. That is floors, these 3, the 3 beneath this one. Okay, let me place these 2 down in this one first. Well, apparently I don't have enough cash right now to actually place these, which is annoying. Well, I'll take a quick break and like kind of AFK so I can get some cash to actually place this down. Let me just place this down so I'm at like basically 0. That way I can AFK for a longer time before I hit cash limit. Okay, that was about 20 minutes. let me resume the timer, and I can also delete this. So let's place this one and this one. Okay, actually I don't have enough cash for the other one, so more waiting it is then. Alright, I put in this top part as well, and AFK'd a little bit longer, so now I have that much. So that was a while of not working on this. So I should be able to finish the challenge from here with little to no breaks. So I'm loading in the other Obby slot, and I got these 2 floors here. So now I just need the bottom floor, which is like no floors, or no parts, I mean. So I don't need the top one anymore. Let me delete this, and let's save this. So now I can delete this entire tower, because it's in the pre-mades. Well, honestly, I'd feel better if I just get it all the way over here first. Okay, so I accidentally put 2 benches and they're in like the same spot. They're in 2 different of those pre-mades. So unfortunately, since this is too many parts to move all at once, it's not going to be exactly an exact replica of the other one. Like, it's going to be slightly different. But honestly, I doubt anyone will really notice that. Okay, there we go. There's the tower in here. So it was 500 parts. If you want to come play this, that's the Obby ID. So I'm just going to put a random teleporter trait here. I'll make this look better at some point. So now comes the fun part of destroying this whole thing. Why is it deleting so slow? Well, it deleted normally that time. Maybe the Obby was still loading or something. There. Now I'm going to leave this platform here because I'll put a tower on there maybe later today. We'll see. Oh yeah, off camera, like before this video, I added this in. I meant to point that out, but yeah, that's why I have this pre-made. Each ring, as you go down, this sign is going to get more and more destroyed. Like here, if I put this next to here, you can have the side-by-side comparison. This is the pre-made of the other one from ring 1. And it is like right in this tower, but there's a button that just deactivates some parts here, so you can actually do that. Alright, so that buys me 600 more parts. So, well, it's more like 512 actually. So with that, I can resume working on this. Because this video is getting really long, I'm just going to turn the rest of the building this tower into a time-lapse, but not really a time-lapse. This is different. I'm just doing a montage of just random clips throughout when I was building this. This is so intense, isn't it? Anyway, after this montage is over, that's where I show this tower start to finish, and so that's where you'll be able to see the puzzles I decided to add for each floor. Again, here's the Obby ID for ring 2. So you'll walk up here. This one's in the beginner towers. So you come over here and then you can climb up. Set it to challenging for some reason, but we'll decide the difficulty after I playtest this. And also I have no idea what to name this, so leave some name suggestions in the comments. Anyway, let's go. One of these is a button and one is a kill brick dealing 70 damage. The other are normal parts. The button is right here. That doesn't activate anything apparently. There we go. And then the kill brick is that one. So that's floor 1, and then you go across to 1 studs, some of them are kill bricks, and then you have this push box. So you want to push this to about right here and then wait for the moving platform, and then you want to basically do this while you stand on top of it because it glitches out otherwise. Then you can push it, and now to go up the ramp, it's usually easiest to go up sideways or backwards. Now watch right here, look what I did. So I made it slightly overhang since it was kind of hard, since it was like basically impossible to get it exactly at the right level. So like this one was slightly higher than this one, so you could push it across here, but it was like impossible to push it back. But since I made it remove part of that here, now it's actually possible because it's lower. Now if it does hit the kill brick here, it doesn't reset this button, but what that button does is it gets rid of some of the push box destroyers here. That way you can do this, and I forgot to make the button work again. Oh, I got this weird bug where it like lets you hover over things, and it does that even if you're not in edit mode. We'll just go into edit. What? Oh no, I broke the game. No! Okay, I might have to leave, but I haven't left this entire time. So you jump down, and then you have this maze. The correct path is down here. Yeah. And then you go up. So this one starts the timer, this one resets it. So when you press it, you have 20 seconds to get through this. Then you long jump like that. Well, it's 10 studs, it's kind of a long jump. Then you go outside and use this jump pad to get up here. You do the kill brick jumps. And then there's a safety net below you. So if you hold space across here, it's pretty easy. Then the shadow section, that you don't even need to look at the shadows of the things. But you need to press the button and then do that. There we go. So this sign says look up. You need to go across these. So if you put your view above here, it's pretty easy. And then you can jump to the stud and then go across here. And then when you go across the tight ropes, you can go on top. Then you have this math quiz. It says time for a math quiz. Answer 3 questions correctly to complete the tower. Falling will send you back to the start of the previous floor. Okay, it actually doesn't teleport you, but I'm now adding the teleporter, so it will. Okay, let's test it out. When you jump, you get teleported here. I added this little thing right here, so you won't just walk off the edge. Question 1. Shark places a regular part with a length of 2 studs, a width of 8 studs, and a height of 4 studs. What is the volume of the part? It's hard to read because it's kind of stretched out. There, that fixes that. Formula for volume is length times width times height, so you just multiply these numbers together. So 2 times 4 is 8, times 8 is 64. You can do it in any order, like 2 times 8 is 16, times 4 is 64, or 8 times 4 is 32, times 2 is 64. You always get the same answer. So it's 64 cubic studs, not 48. This one is a 10 stud wrap is twice the length of the correct answer is 5 stud wraparound. This says how long is the red part? Don't jump to it because it's can't collide false. As you can see, that'll happen. So the blue, which is the length of both of these, is 9 studs. This one is 4 studs, so you can do 4 minus 9 is 5 studs. So it's this one. Oh, I didn't even type anything on these. Oopsie. There we go. And there's the wind pad. It'll teleport you here. And that's still not the end of the video. I still have to play this for 4 hours, and I'm running pretty low on parts, but maybe I can make this work. I chose this comment. Tower of tiny spires, mini neats on the side. I like that idea. So let's build it. We're gonna build it in the place where a Tower of Pre-Made Parade used to be. Alright, just like before, let's do a magic jump cut, and boom, there's the tower frame. Also I just put in a little bit right here. There's a kill brick teleporter thing that's actually, that's a teleporter that looks like a kill brick. It teleports you onto this platform. Now, as you can see, even though I deleted a 500 part tower, I still only have like 300 left after finishing the other one. There's not going to be much inside the tower itself, but you're going to go outside the tower and do stuff. The inside of this tower is going to be not going to have very many platforms. And I think I've decided I'm going to make it be purest inside the tower. Just because I can, and I feel like that could save parts. So I think I'm going to build the inside first, and then we'll build the neats. Also, I'm going to make this be around intense difficulty, because that's the difficulty that we need a tower for right here. Alrighty, now that I finished that, it's time to build the neats over to the side. I think every 2 floors it should send you to one of them. Also, I got like a glitched part right here. I can't select it and it's can't glide false. I don't know if that'll save or what. So we built this separately. I think next we'll build the neats separately. Since there's 8 floors, that should be 4 neats I need to build, and then we'll connect everything up with teleporters. If you don't know what a neat is, it's not even a tower. It's like a secret tiny tower in JTOH, and so there's different. So a neat, also called a mini tower, is one of those. Except for me, these are mini towers, 8 floor 30 by 30 towers. The neats I think are like 5 floors. I know not even a tower is 5 floors, but I don't know if they have to be 5 floors or if it's like 4 to 5 or something like that. We'll make these be 10 by 10. Now I was gonna build like a grass platform, but that's the theme of ring 1. So it would be cooler for this ring if we did these, which are gonna be ridiculously expensive. But I have like a billion parts over here, or money. There, we just put that in. The timer didn't move because I forgot to unpause it for like the 4th time. But it's okay. Now I only put 3 of these here. I put the 4th one as this. The last one I put in, but it's going to be the 3rd one you go to, since it's right at the end of these floors, of a set of 2 floors. So before you finish the final 2, you'll go out here. And I made it match up with the floor, the point between the 2 floors better by moving it up. So that's why I just did that. So now it's time to build the 4 neats for this tower. Wait, actually, I realized something. When I built the Christmas 2021 event, and I built that New York steeple, let me load this quickly. At the top of here, we put a, well, it's loading, but it says not even a Christmas tree decoration. How big is this? Okay, it's 12 by 12. So you're going to need to adjust some sizes a little bit as well. I spent quite a while working on the steeples, and here are the themes I made each one be. The first one was like a snowy ice-themed tower, so I did ice parts and things like that. The second one was every single part I used was a truss, other than the frame. The third one that I built, which was actually the 4th one you're going to go to, was a swamp-themed tower. And then the last one I built, which is actually the 3rd one you're going to go to, is like a fire-themed steeple. Or neat. Have I been saying tower? I mean neat. The fire one I colored with warm colors, so like red, orange, and yellow. And also put the fire effect on some of them. You might also notice I'm going over to Tower of Team Seas. I was deleting some of the seagrass parts since I was just kind of using up a bunch of parts anyway, and I really needed to use them wisely now that I was running low. With just over 2 hours remaining, I think this is what I'm going to do. I struggled to even finish this tower. So Tower of Crossing Chaos, I'll build in its own video at some point. Chances are the maximum part limit will be increased at some point, and so I'll be able to, the final tower that should be here, which is this tower. Or maybe I do a sequel to Tower of Low Parts and do Can I Build a Tower in 5 parts or less. The op 80, if you want to complete this, is that. So you want to go across here and then down this bridge, and you can climb up here. And then right here is the Tower of Tiny Spires teleporter, and I'll teleport you here. Actually, the inside of here isn't completely purist, because I did put in the teleporters to the steeples. I mean, not steeples, neats. So you start off with that wraparound, and then you have this, like, cylinder ladder flick thing, and then onto a truss, and then a truss flick. Then you can high jump up on top of this for the short but hard route, or the wraparound for the long but easier, anyway, route. Because, you know, this is definitely not easy, but it's easier than the other one. So if you high jump on top of here, you have to do these 0.3 by 0.3 jumps to get to this platform. Otherwise, you go this way, climb up here, ladder flick. There's this glitched part right here. I think I pointed that out. And then up here, you have to high jump up here. So you kind of do the ladder flicking motion like that. Then you can jump down onto this platform. And here's the first teleporter. So this one is like I said, this one's like ice themed. So you need to jump up, press this button. You have 2 seconds to get down here. Once you get to here, there's an invisible bounce jump pad thing. So you go onto this kill brick and then onto this ice platform. And then you're supposed to head hitter up here, which is way too hard because it's ice. So let's just do that. Now you want to jump and press this button to get rid of this, and then jump down here. And then there's the wind pad for the steeple. I mean neat. I'm going to say that every time. Then you need to do this where you kind of climb a 2-stud ledge climb up thing. I have no idea what that's called, but you can kind of do that. And then a slanted wraparound. If you're wondering how I made this, I used wedges. And then here's another teleporter. The white teleporters are the teleporters. And then this one is super easy. Every platform other than the frame and wind pad in this. And I'll probably add music parts for each neat individually as well. But other than that, everything's a trust here. Okay, that didn't teleport me anywhere because I didn't set it right there. It teleports you to this platform, and then you have this wraparound thing. I have tested this, it is possible. It's probably about the same difficulty as like an 8 or 9 stud wraparound, like regular wraparound. Now you ladder flick on top of here, then you do this truss, and then you do this truss section. So it's just some truss flicks and truss walks. Then you go down this tightrope and walk along this ledge. You jump down on top of here, head hitters, jump on top, another head hitter. And then you do that, and now you jump to there. I guess you should do it like a long jump. A couple of wraparounds, and then you go outside here, where you do the steeple. I mean, neat. This one I built only with warm colors, and it's supposed to be like burning, I guess. And then you jump down and go in here once you complete that. Assuming you don't just walk off the platform like that. Then you go on top of the wraparounds, and then you do some 1-stud jumps. You get to here, jump along that. 11-stud non-climbable, and then this will teleport you here. This one's like a swamp theme. That's what I was going for here, just because I randomly thought of that and didn't know what else to do. So I decided to do that. You can kind of do a walk around there. You can kind of jump if you want to. And then there's the wind pad. Wait, no, it's not. That's the wind pad for the neat. The actual wind pad is over here. Climb up these. These are all regular parts, and then this teleports you. So that is Tower of Tiny Spires. So what now? Since I've completed Ring 2 for the time being, the only thing really left here is like music parts and like making these look right. I didn't quite have enough money to actually get all of these platforms. Well, we're gonna build a sub-realm now. So let's buy another Obby slot. Okay, it's not letting me buy another one. I probably need to rejoin. So for the first time, it's like 6:41 now because like breaks and stuff. So for the first time in almost 11 hours, no, I joined at like 6:40 a.m. So basically 12 hours ago, I joined the server. So now I'm gonna leave. I don't know why I'm making this so dramatic. Okay, I'm back. Let's buy another one. There we go. I'll clear the featured obbies in a second. I just joined and you have to wait like 1 minute or something. Because of how long this video is getting, this last hour and 45 minutes is going to be put into a montage and time lapse. But what exactly was I doing? Well, basically, this sub-realm is going to be called the sub-realm of endurance. In my experience building regular events, typically you should make those be like the hardest one should be like mid-challenging at the absolute highest, just because you want it to be like not super hard for new players who are playing your event. But with this sub-realm, it's not an event, so I decided to make the towers be like intense plus. They will be steeples, but they're going to be extremely long. It's called sub-realm of endurance because you're going to have enough endurance to get through the steeples. You can play the steeples individually, or you can play the test of endurance, which is going to be you have to play them all in one run. And so basically this sub-realm is kind of basically like I got this idea for the sub-realm based on the fact that this whole challenge is a big endurance run. So the steeple that I was building in the part of here that's sped up, I'm not sure what to call it, so if you have any name suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. But the idea is that you're going to be able to stop time, which is going to stop like moving parts and stuff. And the clock that I put on the front of the tower, the time I set to like 6:50, I think, because that's the time I started this challenge. So that's why I decided to make it that time, just because I thought that would be a cool Easter egg. So anyway, enjoy the rest of this time lapse. Okay, we have just over a minute left. So let me just finish this up. Let's make this neon. After the timer goes off, I'll recap what I did in this challenge. Right here, you're supposed to wall hop and press the button. It'll activate this. Yeah, I know I didn't put anything where you, like, stop time here. Because, like, this floor and this floor, it's gonna be like these two floors don't have anything like that, but these two floors and these two floors do. So we have just 30 seconds remaining. Okay, well, I was thinking that's why the timer just went down 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Let's go. I'm done, finally. Let me turn off the timer. That's already getting annoying. But there. That's 12 hours of playing Obby Creator. But that's not the end of the video just yet. Let me show you everything I did. So most of the stuff I did today was in SMTOH Ring 2 with this Obby ID. So the first thing I did was Tower of Crystal Caverns, which was in intermediate towers. So to get to that, you want to go down here and then down into this cave. Since I already showed you the tower start to finish, there's not really any need to show it again. But this one is probably my favorite tower I built in today's video. I feel like it turned out very well. Next, we built this one that I don't think I named. Yeah, that one was Tower of Leave name suggestions in the comments. So if you have any name suggestions for this, then please leave a comment. This one was based off of the comment, make it only with icy parts. I know not everything I used was ice parts, but that's still the original thing. Now this one, the comment was, every floor is a puzzle, like a push box or a maze or something like that. And then after that, I did this tower from the comment that was, build a tower with mini neats off to the side. Now this is the main part of the tower here, and when you touch these neon white bricks, you get teleported to one of these neats. This one was like an icy themed neat. So kind of like a mini version of that, but also nothing like that at all. This one was only trusses as the platforms. This was like a fire / like hot themed tower. And then this one was like a swamp. I like how the lily pads turned out. I used 2 half cylinders like that. So after I finished this tower, I went to this one. I created this, but first let's load this one. So I created the SMTOH Tower Graveyard, where I'm going to be moving towers that I decide to remove from the main rings for whatever reason. We're going to say that this is technically a sub-realm of Ring 1. Then when this fills up, then the next one will be sub-realm of Ring 2. This one is like, there's no reason to name it this right now, but it would be SMTOH Graveyard 1. Then there would be a second graveyard of more towers, should I ever run out of room in here. So yeah, I moved Tower of Pre-Made Parade to here. Yeah, so I finished up the last 2 hours with Sub-Realm of Endurance. So this is going to have 3 steeples. They're called towers at the moment, but yeah. They're going to be based on time. But yeah, we began working on this one, Tower of no name yet. If you have any name suggestions, leave a comment. But it's going to teleport you to right here. This steeple is not done yet. And I know it says tower, but pretend it says steeple. So yeah, you start off with this 9 stud wrap. The floor here does 35 damage. So like, it's basically an insta-kill. Because there's, like, if you fall right here, there's no way you're going to make it back over there. But it's floor 1, so yeah. Now up here, this will teleport you back to the start of floor 1 if you fall. So dodge the spinner, and then avoid the moving kill bricks. Then up here, you want a ladder flick. The red part is a click button. The spinning part is moving too fast to click it though. But what if we could stop time and press the button just fine? So what you do is you go out here. So then you go across this moving part to get across this gap here, and then you have to do these like falling down head hitters. That's what I'll call these. And so you'll do that. And then you can press this. It'll teleport you to a duplicate of the tower where all the moving parts aren't moving. And this will be frozen in like this position where you can click the button. That button will activate these, which are permanently activated right now. Then this is where you'll press. This one doesn't do anything because of the duplicate. This will teleport you back to here, if that makes sense. And then you'll ride this moving platform up to the next floor. Now you want to go across this tightrope. Falling here sends you down to the previous floor. You can't stand on that. It'll just fling you off because that's actually a conveyor. And then same for this. But you want to step down like that and then jump up here. And now there is a button here. It's a little bit tricky to see because I made it semi-transparent. I guess I don't even need this truss, but whatever. Oh yeah, these are red kill bricks. They deal 35 damage. But when you press the gray button, you need to go back on the tightrope and make your way over here, which I have verified as possible. And then you need to jump to this, and then ladder flick over here, and then go around. And then you can kind of do that, a ladder flick without pressing space, so it's not really a ladder flick, but okay. Then you use this jump pad to get up here. You walk through. You're supposed to wall hop up to here. yeah, I may end up just changing this floor completely. I don't think I will, but I was just finishing up the last few minutes of the time. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for today's video. Let's switch back over to Ring 2. Oh yeah, the obby ID for the sub-realm of Endurance. This is the obby ID for that. So the time at the moment is now 9:38. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, this was a ton of work to make, but I did enjoy this challenge. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.